I started volunteering at On Location 19 at the tender age of 12. It was August of 2007 when I was first taught how to set up a camera and how to do graphics and all that other stuff. I liked the behind the scenes work, but my goal was always to be in my current position here, host of Sports Path and sports announcer. I achieved that goal right before my junior year of high school, and it has been 3 amazing years in front of the camera and 7 total here at On Location TV19. Before I start my final show, I want to tell you that we're always looking for volunteers. All you need is a free class to get started. It is all super easy and a whole lot of fun. Today on Sports Path, we will wrap up the 2013-14 sports year with highlights, brackets, and of course, we will name the Athlete of the Year. Sports Path begins now. Welcome to Sports Path. He's Tom and I'm Zach. We begin with softball highlights. The North Polars yet again, had a successful season. It seems like they do this every year, and the section playoffs were very similar.
After a couple of victories over Creighton, Durham Hall, and East Ridge, the Polars reached the section final where they would play Woodbury for the right to go to the state tournament. Here are the highlights from May 28th. All right, we got section final action. The Woodbury Royals and the North St. Paul Polars. Bottom of the second tie game. North St. Paul on the board first as number 18, Aaron Jungman, crosses the plate to give North St. Paul a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. This would be a theme for the entire game. It seemed to be all North St. Paul all of the time. Still the bottom of the second, 2 outs, single into right field. Scores number 25, Carly Langevin, giving the Polars a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the third, this is where a lot of the action happened. Polars again just all over Woodbury. Jungman with a double there, driving in a run, making it 4-0. North St. Paul again, bottom of the third with 2 outs. A lot of this stuff happened. Looks like number 9, Lily Langevin, scores. Polars with a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the third. And this would continue. The double deep into the gap in right field. Woodbury just seemingly had no response the entire game as North St. Paul now has a 6-0 lead. And that's number 7, Megan Rubbelkey with the double there. And North St. Paul finishes the game up 7-0. They would move on to the state tournament over the Woodbury Royals.
North St. Paul Polars, Section 4-3A champions after beating the Woodbury Royals 7-0. And keyword nothing, Haley Shanks, 7 shutout innings. Talk about the performance of the team tonight.
I think this was such a team game. We came out, scored a bunch of runs early, kept it going. I just tried to shut them down. We played good defense. It's kind of the key to any win.
When you go to North St. Paul, one of the more, accomplished programs in the athletics department is softball. When you came in to play North St. Paul softball, what does that history mean to you, and how does it help you out there on the field?
The history is great. It just keeps us classy and humble, and I mean, us girls have been playing together since we've been 10 years old. Every single one of us grew up playing North St. Paul in the summer. Now we finally got to high school. We wanted to do it our senior year. It's kind of like a Cinderella story coming true.
This season was a phenomenal season. You guys had plenty of victories, had a couple losses here and there, but wasn't any big losses or anything like that. You come into the section tournament and you do it the easy way. You don't go in the loser's bracket, you do it the easy way. What did going into the section final, only having to play a few games and only 3 as opposed to Woodbury's 4. Yep. How did that help you guys out tonight?
Well, I mean, I didn't have to throw that many games. I mean, threw 4 games in sections or 3 games. So we just kept trying to, score runs early, get ahead, keep defense good, not let them score any runs because they just want to keep staying in the winner's bracket the whole time.
Looking at the future here, you got North Mankato next week. Yep. That's the goal of every softball player in the state of Minnesota. What are you looking to accomplish out there?
Oh, gosh, we want to just go win it all. I want to have fun with our team. I mean, let's finish the job that we started, so.
Good luck, Haley. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Haley Shanks, pitcher, North St. Paul. Thank you for joining us, everyone. For the rest of the crew here, I'm Zach Halverson. So long from McKnight Field. Again, the final score, North St. Paul 7, Woodbury 0.
Hey, thanks, Zach. We'll take a look at the girls softball state tournament Class 3A bracket. You see Lakeville South on top there. They beat Orono 2-1. Anoka over to Becker 5-1, and North St. Paul at the bottom there 2-1 over Bloomington. Moving forward there, they made it to get to the semifinals against Maple Grove. Maple Grove pulled out the victory there. Lakeville South dominating Anoka 11-0, and in the final, Maple Grove and Lakeville. And we'll take a look at the score there. 3-2 was the score. Lakeville, there was really no real surprise there. They would win the girls softball tournament, Class 3A tournament. Well, the East Ridge boys lacrosse team had a stellar season with an 11-2 regular season record. The Raptors easily earned their #1 seed in Section 4. The #2 seed was Mahtomedi, and while the Zephyrs had a 6-6 regular season record, their strength of schedule was a bit tougher. And with the Section 4 final at Mounds View High School fast approaching, it was time to find out if that harder schedule would be beneficial to the Zephyrs. Here are the highlights from the boys lacrosse Section 4 final. At Mahtomedi High School, it was a very entertaining game, but it was all East Ridge to start out with. An early goal put in there by number 10, Randy Wilson, making it 1-0 in the first quarter. The Raptors continued their early dominance again. This is in then the first 4 or 5 minutes of the quarter. Spinning and firing one there was Grant Edwards, and the Raptors led 2-0. Zephyrs battled back now. It was 4-0 at this point before Ethan Grover made it 4-1 in the first quarter. We kept moving on here, and then the Mahtomedi Zephyrs in the second quarter battled back here, and a goal put in there by Selman. Check that, that's actually number 6, Jordan Hilmer. And the score, 4-2 East Ridge. Zephyrs got close again, a diving effort putting in there as Cole Selman makes it 4-3. And the Raptors have a 1-goal lead, but after 4 unanswered, the Zephyrs scored 3 unanswered. Raptors weren't having any of that, though. They made it 5-3 with this goal put in there from high outside there. Again, Randy Wilson with his second of the game. In the third quarter, 5-3 score, made 5-4 thanks to Mahtomedi doing some great work there. I believe that was number 3, Brent Schoenrock, and the Zephyrs were within 1 again, but the Raptors came back firing, and in the fourth quarter were battling their way down and had a very solid lead. It was 7-4, and it looked like perhaps it was going to be all East Ridge, but Mahtomedi coming back here, making it 7-5 thanks to Cole Selman. The 2-score deficit now, and then another goal here put in by Matt Schwartz, making it 7-6. So the Zephyrs within 1. They haven't had the game tied at all throughout the entire game. We're late in the fourth quarter. Matt Schwartz puts in another one, ties the game at 7. It was 7-7. The East Ridge Raptors, Mahtomedi Zephyrs tied for the first time since it was 0-0. 30 seconds into the first quarter. The Mahtomedi Zephyrs got the lead. Cole Selman, for the first time of the game, scored this one, making it 8-7. However, an errant pass from a Mahtomedi defenseman resulted in a pretty easy goal for the Raptors there. Pass intercepted, brought in, just nothing special there. Just a nice job and effort there put in by Jacob Wetterstrom. So the score again tied at 8. With 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, Mahtomedi, a shot from outside. It was Jared Johnson making it 9-8, and that would be enough. The Mahtomedi Zephyrs would win the 2014 Boys Lacrosse Section 4 Championship and would head to the state tournament, basically upsetting the East Ridge Raptors down at Mahtomedi High School. We'll talk to some of the players from Mahtomedi.
9-8 victory over the East Ridge Raptors, sending them to the state tournament. We'll start with the goaltender, Ryan Nelson. Ryan, you were all over the place tonight, saving shot after shot. Coming into this game, what was your thoughts and what made you excel so well tonight?
Well, when I play goalie, I kind of get in my own little zone, quiet area. So my thoughts were I didn't know anything about East Ridge. They're a great opponent, but I didn't know anything on them prior, so I was pretty blank for the most part coming in.
How happy are you to now be a section champion?
I am ecstatic. This is my first year starting. A lot of these guys are younger, and our coaches could not be more proud, so it's a great experience.
And talk about your coaches. How have they helped you in your success in your high school career?
I've been with them for 4 years, and they're just great coaches. They know what they're doing. They know what to tell us, and everything. So they're great.
What are you looking forward to most about the state tournament?
I've never been there before. The venue, the experience. So yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, goaltender Ryan Nelson. Let's talk to Matt Schwartz. Matt, you are pretty much the playmaker. You obviously have chemistry with your teammates. How has that been built over the season, and how did it help you guys tonight?
Well, I think that, we get along really well. We mesh as a unit. I'm always got my head up. I'm always looking for open cutters, and these guys realize that, hey, if they're open, I'm going to find them. And I think that, off the field, we get along great, and it's just really a fun time how much chemistry we have.
You guys the start was not what you guys wanted. How did you guys keep in it? How do you guys keep fighting back and just have that mental ability to just stay in it?
Well, we've been in that position before. We've played a tough schedule this season. We didn't face any easy opponents, frankly, and we've been there. We got as a group during timeouts and in between quarters, and we said, hey, listen, we've been here. We just got to keep battling, keep working, and things will go our way, and they certainly did.
Talk about the leadership on this team. You're a sophomore. You look up to these upperclassmen. How has that helped you succeed?
Well, these guys are great motivators, and they're great leaders on and off the field. They really represent Mahtomedi Lacrosse really well. So I think that carries over to our grade, the sophomores and the freshmen, the juniors. And I think they do a great job of keeping us in line, and that really, I can't say enough about how strong a senior leadership we have.
Thanks a lot, Matt. All right, Jared, you kind of had a big goal tonight. Talk about it. 30 seconds to go. You score the game winner.
We just doing our offense. We were working around like we usually do, found an opening, got a hole and just shot it.
Talk about that offense tonight. It seemed to come in bursts. You had talk about that. You guys were down 7-4 late in the fourth quarter. What led to that big rush where you guys got eventually to tie it up for the first time in the game?
We had so many games this year where we were down and we just came back up. We'd rallied together. We would come together as a team, and we would just come from behind. We had many games like this, so we have experience, and we know how to get back in it.
What are your thoughts going into the state tournament?
I'm ecstatic like Ryan. I can't be happier. It's been over 10 years since Mahtomedi has been there, so we're ready to go.
Mahtomedi has certainly had a very, very solid lacrosse program. You guys are finally getting back to state. What does Mahtomedi lacrosse mean to you?
It's everything. It's my favorite sport. This is my favorite group of guys, friends with them on and off the field, and we're just ready to go.
All right. Congratulations. Congratulations, Jared. What better way to end an interview? Final score again, 9-8. The Mahtomedi Zephyrs are headed to state. Thanks so much for joining us here on TV19 Sports. I'm Zach Halverson for our crew of Adam Plorin and Nicholas Anderson. So long from Mustang Stadium, the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, the 2014 Section 4 champions.
Boys lacrosse tournament. East Ridge dominated North 25-2 in the first round. Tartan with a 9-6 win over Park. Stillwater 10-3 win over Woodbury, and Mahtomedi with a close 9-7 win over Hill Murray. That was the quarterfinals. On to the semifinals. East Ridge with a comfortable 16-8 win over Tartan, and Mahtomedi besting Stillwater 9-3. Pretty uneventful semifinal. And as you just saw in the final, Mahtomedi with an 9-8 win, sending them to the boys lacrosse state tournament. That was Section 4. Now on to Section 5 for lacrosse. White Bear Lake with a squeaker, 24-0 over Irondale.
That's not a typo. That is not a typo.
24-0. Totino with a 4-3 win over Roseville. Robbinsdale Armstrong 13-6 over Osseo, and Mounds View 19-2 over Providence Academy. On to the semifinals of that tournament. White Bear beating Totino by 10, 12-2, and Mounds View with a 10-7 win over Robbinsdale Armstrong. That set up the final of White Bear Lake and Mounds View. The final score in that one, 11-8, White Bear Lake, which sends two of our Fab 5 teams to the state tournament, Mahtomedi and White Bear Lake.
White Bear Lake outscored their opponents in section play, if my White Bear math is correct, 47-10. So
That's good. It's good, right? Is it good?
Pretty good.
It's not bad? Okay.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
bad?
Well, we also have baseball to talk about. Let's head into some brackets there. Section 4-3A, Henry Sibley, the 8 seed, Mahtomedi, the 1 seed, and somehow that score was only 2-1. Cretin-Durham Hall defeating White Bear Lake 8-0 after White Bear Lake knocked North St. Paul out in the early rounds. So this is all double elimination, so it's kind of funky, but we move forward here after East Ridge beat Tartan. East Ridge over Cretin 4-3. Mahtomedi over Stillwater 4-3. And guess who is in the final?
Not again.
Mahtomedi and East Ridge. And Mahtomedi would win. They're going to the state tournament, ladies and gentlemen, over with an 8-4 victory over East Ridge. So congratulations to the Zephyrs. Now in Section 5, boys lacrosse.
Which we already saw. There we
Well,
go.
we just wanted a quick refresher course. So
24-0. Still can't believe that one.
here we go. Mahtomedi losing to Lakeville South 4-3. So tough draw there for the Zephyrs down at Midway Stadium, but you know what? Pretty good season. Got to be happy for them. Lakeville South ended up losing to Eden Prairie 13-3, and then Eden Prairie and Mounds View in the state final. Not even close. Mounds View back-to-back state tournament champions. Congratulations to the Mounds View Mustangs, and yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
See how
Good to
everything
see.
goes next year.
All right. Athleticism was in full display out at Mahtomedi High School as the classic suburban schools came together for the 2014 track and field conference meet back on May 22nd. Here are some highlights from that exciting day. All right, there's some shot put from an athlete from North St. Paul and a bunch of high jump highlights. I can't even imagine doing this. That's pretty high. It's definitely probably a lot higher than I can jump at this point. Granted, I'm a little bit past my prime in terms of athleticism. So Zach, how about you? Think you can
Easily
clear it? You can just leap over it. Don't even need to do that flop there.
That's nothing. That is nothing. That is nothing.
And some long jump action from Mahtomedi jumper.
So I could do that. No, I
The
can't.
ever interesting triple jump.
Triple jump.
Triple jump, yes.
Had a quadruple jump once. They took it out because.
Still plenty more to come on Sports Path, including the best plays of the year.
And we'll name our male and female athletes of the year. Be sure to stick around.
Looking to launch it deep. A lot of down there. Can he catch up to it? He can. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Zach, what an exciting game you guys had.
Ready, Drew. Cuts. Touchdown.
We're all schooled together. It's kind of neat to see how we've all progressed.
Albert throws up the 3. Good. Pioneers with a good opportunity. Big hook. And a jab right to the jaw. And lights were out. Tying the game up at 4 with this power play goal.
New school records from 2 freshmen.
I want to remind you, anytime you want the latest and the best of Northeast suburban area in sports, tune into TV19. You will get the best coverage. Don't forget that.
Welcome back to the show. Each year on our final show of the season, we like to look back at some of the top plays captured by our cameras at the many events we cover. In no particular order, here are Sports Path's top plays of the 2013-2014 sports year.
Athletes of the Year coming up next here in Sports Path.
It is time to kick off the winter sports season here on TV19 Sports.
Glad to have you along with us on TV19.
Well, it is now time to award one male and one female the coveted Sports Path Athlete of the Year award.
We begin with the female Athlete of the Year. This athlete's success was on display all season long, but none more so than when she led her team to the state tournament by posting 7 shutout innings in the Section 4 AAA final. Congratulations to our female Athlete of the Year, Haley Shanks out of North High School.
Congratulations, Haley Shanks. I interviewed her. Now over to the male Athlete of the Year. He scored 41 goals this season for the White Bear Lake Bears and added 36 assists to shatter single-season records in both goals and points. In his 3 years as a White Bear Lake Bear, he scored a total of 89 goals and notched 100 assists. The last person to ever come close to those career point totals in White Bear Lake was 1992 Mr. Hockey Award winner Brian Bonnen. He later won the Hobie Baker Award, Best College Hockey Player in the country. He had 152 points in his career as a Bear. Congratulations to Jake Wallen, our male Athlete of the Year. Yeah. Congrats.
Congratulations, Jake.
So there you go. Athletes of the Year have been named. So
this will be Zach Halverson's final time hosting Sports Path. And to say thanks, Nicholas Anderson edited this piece together as we look back at some highlights of Zach's time here at Sports Path.
And I'm Zach Halverson.
Here on TV19 Sports.
Plenty of stuff to get to. Let's get started.
Here's the shot score! Sam Anderson! Truin moving in. Shot score. Nick Truin.
This is the rivalry pregame show. White Bear Lake and Hillmurray. How's it feel? You're going to the state championship.
What went right for you guys tonight? Do you have a big victory? What made the difference tonight?
Final score here, 4-2. North St. Paul defeats East Ridge in the 2013 Section 4 AA Final. Heck Becker joining us here
on Sports Path. Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Sports Path.
The 2013 Section 4 AA semifinal between the Hillmurray Pioneers and Concordia Academy was a success for the Pioneers.
Had a heck of a season last year. I mean, how do you top that?
Just a great atmosphere down here, Tim. You got a couple of top-notch teams going at it here in the Section 4 AA tournament.
Welcome to Sports Path here, live from the Excel Energy Center, and it's state hockey tournament time, and we are here.
We have the activity directors of all 5 of our schools here.
Thank you so much for joining us here on TV19 Sports. Thanks for watching TV19.
That's your Sports Path.
For our entire crew here at TV19 Sports, I'm Zach Halverson wishing you a happy new year. We will see you very soon.
You know, we always have those memories now, so.
It began with a simple premise. Ask because the worst they can say is no. One afternoon in the summer of my 7th grade year, I finally worked up the courage to fire up America Online, and once the phone lines were properly connected with the internet, I wrote a simple email to Arlen Becker asking him what the minimum age was to volunteer at On Location TV19. He wrote back telling me that there wasn't one and that I could start any time I would like. And within a week, I did the free class, and within a month, I volunteered my first truck shoot, Tartan High School's 2007 homecoming coronation ceremony. I learned a lot over the past 7 years at this station. I learned what a professional television production is like. I learned how to write scripts for shows. I learned how to design and implement digital on-screen graphics. But most of all, I learned that creativity is one of the greatest things in all of humanity. You are never too young to start the process of achieving your dream. Be creative, think of new things, and most of all, believe in yourself. I wouldn't have had some of the best years of my short life if I didn't just ask. It's not a cliche, thankfully. It is real life. Work hard, be creative, and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Up until a couple of years ago, I didn't have a driver's license. My parents, Brian and Kathleen, not only drove me to my hockey games and practices, they also had to drive me anywhere there was a TV19 shoot. I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done for me, as if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you. To Arlen Becker, Nicholas Anderson, Judy Sky Voss, Tim Peterson, Jamie Dustin, and everyone else I've had the pleasure of working with over the past 7 years here at this beautiful station. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Working at On Location TV19 was a dream come true, and I wouldn't trade my days here for anything. Never be afraid to ask. The answer just may be profound. And if it isn't, the worst they can say is no. I'm going to bring you all through just some of the behind-the-scenes stuff here because there's a lot of people that are involved in making a show like this. We're here at Studio B, here at the RWSCC complex. We'll bring you in here. These are the people behind all the aspects of things. You got Zach Kingsley here, the teleprompter guy. The audio is run by Arlen Becker. Nicholas Anderson, who is shading and doing TV stuff, and of course our graphics guy Nathan Newman. These are the people who do the main framework in making this show happen. We'll bring you back into the studio now here, and we'll show you some of the camera people. And these guys have been here for years. Richard Curry. He was one of the first guys I met back as a volunteer. Adam Plorin over here. The first time I ever did a shoot, at least on location on my own, Adam Plorin was a big help with that. And our new guy, Tom Fitzer, who is pretending he's writing something. I don't know what he's writing.
Very important things.
Very
important.
Need to know. Very, very important. So it was a long 7 years here. No, I'm sorry, that sounded bad. It wasn't a long 7 years. It was fun. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was a great time here. I love the people here. I love doing this job. I will be going up to St. Cloud in August, working at the radio station KNSI, and I'll be certainly back in town every once in a while, and certainly have to come back here to the station because this has been a part of me for a long time, and it's weird that I'm a 19-year-old saying goodbye to something like this.
You've been at for 7 years.
Yeah.
That's baffling.
That's amazing.
I haven't done anything for 7 years, so.
So thank you to all of the viewers, all the folks that came up to the announcer booth and gave us compliments and talked about the station. And I was sitting at Cup and Cone one time, and some chef came up to me. He's like, "Are you the guy from TV19?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You guys do great stuff." And all those people that came up to us and said thank you to you, and thanks to everybody, all of our viewers. So. Shall we wrap it up?
Sounds like an idea.
This is Tom Fitzer. I'm Zach Halverson. Thanks so much for tuning in to this 2013-14 Sports Pass season. We'll be back in September with more sports here on TV19 Sports.